Yo, what's going on guys, it's Scott here, and today we're going to predict the Lakers NBA 2K19 ratings. No one on the Lakers except LeBron has officially had their rating released. Kyle Kuzma had a 78 rating in the beta build of the game, but that would be criminal for 2K to give him a rating that low, so I doubt that's real. For these predictions, I'll try to be as unbiased as possible, and they're going to be based off the ratings 2K already gave to players such as Jason Tatum and Ben Simmons. First off, LeBron James was already given a 98, which is an upgrade from his previous 97. I think this is warranted. LeBron had an MVP caliber season, and he may end up 2 ratings higher than any other player this year. For the young core of Ingram, Lonzo, Kuzma, and Hart, currently they're all very underrated in 2K, as I previously mentioned with Kuzma. I think 78 is far too low for Kuz because he made the first team all-rookie, and was in the Rookie of the Year conversation for a little while before Mitchell and Simmons took over. I think since Tatum, Simmons, and Mitchell all got 87, Kuzma shouldn't be far behind. The problem is 2K probably favors playoff performance, and those guys will be much higher rated than Kuzma, so I think Kuzma may end up being an 82 rating, but I think 5 ratings lower than all 3 of them is still a lot. Then a similar situation for Brandon Ingram. Had he had the chance to play in the playoffs, that would make his 2K rating much better, but he'll end up much lower than the likes of Tatum because he wasn't in them. What might be an unpopular opinion outside of Lakers fans, I think Ingram is a better player than Tatum. I think he's more well-rounded offensively, and he's a better defender as well. However, because Tatum already received an 87 rating, I doubt Ingram will get close to that, so I expect 2K to give him an 83 rating from his current 80 rating. 83 is just ahead of Kuzma only because Ingram averaged better all-around numbers, but I can see both of them having great seasons with LeBron. Next we have Lonzo Ball, who I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being the highest rated Laker just out of popularity. Of course he shouldn't be, but knowing how 2K gives out ratings, they usually give the popular players a better rating. I think Lonzo still deserves a good rating just based off of last season, so I would expect him to get an 81 rating from his current 78 rating. I think this rating could rise significantly if he can consistently hit 3-pointers and maybe average a couple more assists. Then for Josh Hart, I think he proved himself to be a very good offensive player at the end of last season and at the Summer League. It's hard not to put him close with the other players in the young core, but he's not one of the key components of it, and that might make him a 78 rating from his current 75 rating. If he can continue his scoring from the Summer League, I could see him averaging the 4th most points per game on the team next season, either off the bench or as a starter. Alright, so for the offseason additions, I think Michael Beasley will get a 78 rating, down from his 79 rating. He actually had a very good season with the Knicks, but he might not get as much playing time here, so his rating could go down. JaVale McGee had some great numbers per 36 minutes, averaging 18 points and 10 rebounds, so he should remain a 77. Rajon Rondo will remain a 78. There could be a case for him to be the same rating as Lonzo, but I think we should expect Lonzo to make a jump next season. Lance Stevenson should be 77 rated, and he's 76 right now. This could drop if he doesn't play as much, but he'll find a way to be productive no matter how much he plays. For the returning players, KCP should be the same rating as Hart at 78, which is up from his 76 rating. He's a great on-ball defender and shooter, and probably will end up starting, which means he should be at least the same rating as Hart. Ivica Zubac will stay 73. He had a down year, but if he can beat out Wagner for the backup center spot, I could see his rating go up. Luol Deng is currently 73 rated, and he'll probably stay the same even though he hasn't played an NBA game in almost a year. Then finally for the draft picks, these usually go based on where they were selected. So for example, last year Kuzma started off as a 72 and Hart was a 70, and they were both picked late in the first round. I think Wagner will get a 72 rating, which we should expect to rise if he does get consistent minutes off the bench. Then Svi will be a 70 as he was picked late in the first round, but that could rise as well if he can find a way into the rotation during the year. Isaac Bonga will probably be a 70. He seems very raw right now, but he has a lot of potential, and he'll probably remain this rating until he's adapted to the NBA. Then Joel Berry will probably be a 68. As he was undrafted, then Jonathan Williams, who is signed for training camp, will be a 67 if he makes the team. That's it for these predictions, guys. Let me know your thoughts and what your predictions would be for everyone on the Lakers. Obviously, everyone has their own opinion, and I'm certainly not a 2K ratings expert. Hopefully I explained them well enough for these ratings to make sense. If you want to see more Lakers content, then make sure you subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.